Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to everybody. It's so good to see those of you who are back for the first time. It's so good to see your faces. Woo-hoo! Oh, makes me do the happy dance. And so good to see those of you who are maybe here for the first time. Welcome. We're glad that you're here. Welcome online. We're always happy that you're here to join us online wherever you are. I know that one of my sisters watches every week in Ohio, so our live stream is getting out there. And as you saw on the great live stream that Kat was doing, if you weren't part of the yard sale or the cornhole, clearly you missed some fun. Because as you can see from the video, we had a lot of fun. So I just want to encourage you that when we have things going on, come on out. Even if you don't play cornhole, it doesn't matter. Come and, because we just had fun with karaoke and food and everything else. So if you will please check in on your phone and Facebook, let people know that you are at Unity of Springfield, and then if you will either silence it or turn it off, we would appreciate that. So the first song today is I Claim a Blessing by Claudia Carawan, the Carawan, I think. The lyrics are on the screen. If we'll stand up and join in singing.
In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. This is how I start my day, knowing good is on the way. I am claiming perfect health, love and laughter, friends and well. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. With conviction undeterred, and power of the spoken word, take my life and redefine, break the shackles of my mind. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I lift my thoughts to higher ground, knowing miracles are all around. Each day unfolds just as it should. When I'm focusing on my good, life is filled with opportunity. I wonder what good is coming to me. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing.
Wow, you guys claimed a lot of blessings this morning. So get ready for this week because blessings are going to abound. So let's now share in Unity's statement of faith. It's on the screen together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotent. I don't know what I was saying. It's a new thing. Our second song is by one of our favorite New Thought artists, Daniel Nahmod, and it is Sacred Love. The lyrics are on the screen.
You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, God. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy, deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
Woo-hoo! And you can be seated. And now let's join together in our mission statement. Our mission is to encourage and inspire spiritual and personal growth by empowering each other to be authentically all that we came here to be. And we came here to be a lot, didn't we? To be the most brilliant expression of the light of God that we can possibly be. So I'm going to start now with our daily word. So if you'd like to join me in our affirmation, which is on the screen. I break free from the illusion of limitation. My spiritual development is a journey of discovery. Through the years, I have grown in insight and understanding, sometimes slowly and other times rapidly. I am always changing, always growing into my potential as a spiritual being, but sometimes it can feel as though I'm not making much progress. I remember that even though I may not have been aware of my growth as it was happening, my development has been ongoing. But there are also times when I have a sudden inspiration of clarity, like a butterfly emerging from a chrysalis and spreading its colorful wings for the first time. I am utterly transformed by a new understanding. The world feels new and exciting. I greet it with enthusiasm, and I feel reborn. If you'll join me in our scripture, which is from Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. And let's share one more time in our affirmation together. I break free from the illusion of limitation. So as we enter into this sacred space, this sacred time of prayer and meditation, I'm going to invite us to keep the following people in our prayer consciousness. Julie, Manetta and Joel, Ernie, Jack, Riley, Sarah, Amy's office staff, the Curtis family, especially Scott, Sarah, Janet, and Angie, and anyone else who may be in your heart and in your mind. So as I ring the prayer bowl, I just want to invite you, if you'd like to close your eyes and just allow these beautiful tones of the prayer bowl to take you into that center place of your heart. And as we listen to these beautiful tones of the prayer bowl, they have this kind of a spiral feeling, and it's that invitation for us to move from our head down into our heart space, down into that space where we go into that sacred sanctuary of our soul, where we close the door. And it is here that we open ourselves up to the God of our understanding. So I invite you, as we are entering into this time, to imagine the parts of your body from the top of your head to the tips of our toes, relaxing, feeling this beautiful spiral energy of the peace of God as it touches the crown of your head, moving through your forehead and your eyes, down in your cheeks, down in your jaws, your tongue, your chin, relaxing and releasing as it moves through your neck, and check in with your shoulders, relax. Beautiful, healing, centering, peaceful energy of the divine. Moving in through your upper arms, moving in through your lower arms, in through your hands and your fingers, and just feel that energy as it just moves out from you, this beautiful, peaceful energy of God into this room, beyond this room, and out into all that is. And allow that peaceful energy to continue to move in through your chest, just feeling your breathing, relaxing, feeling your heart just slowing down, relaxing your upper back, your middle back, your abdomen, your glutes, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and your feet and your toes, and just as your feet are resting upon this floor, send this energy down in deep gratitude to this grand and glorious Mother Earth that supports our life, that supports us in so many, many ways. Turn your focus to your heart. And if you'd like, just place your hand over your heart, or just think of placing your hand there. Taking in a deep breath now, knowing that that is the very breath of God that is breathing you. Feel that. If your thoughts wander, just return your focus to this breath. This is our opportunity to open ourselves up to that purity of love that loves us without condition, and to extend that same love to everyone. If there is resentment in your heart, just to ask the divine. Ask for that help in releasing that resentment. If there are things that perhaps you have done, just ask the divine to help you to feel and to know that no matter what you have done or said or thought in your life, that you are purely loved. In these moments, we embrace and affirm healing in every aspect of our physical body, in every aspect of our minds. We affirm prosperity and harmony, guidance, love for those on our prayer list, for ourselves, for our friends and our family, for people all around the world. Just feel this love pouring forth from you, going out and blessing the world. And we picture peace of mind for those for whom we pray, for ourselves, for our country, for all countries. Peace of mind and peace within and between all inhabitants of this earth. We honor and we respect all peoples of every lifestyle, spiritual belief, ethnicity, and we accept this honor as it is returned to us with love. We vow to live the unity principles, to live this way of life and engage in a world that works for all. And we close our prayer this morning in absolute gratitude overflowing for unity, for these teachings, for all the ways that our lives are blessed. And as we continue in this peaceful consciousness, this morning for our time of meditation, I'm going to invite us simply to be in the silence. When you feel your thoughts moving away, just bring it back to your breath, knowing that it's the breath of God that is breathing you, but moving into the silence with an open mind and an open heart, simply saying, "Here I am, God. Use me. Guide me." In the silence. So our amazing band, along with Baylor Cumberworth, are going to be doing the song Share the Dream by Harold Payne, Rick Cowling, and Chris Arnold.
There's a winding road where I learned to run. The race is long, but it can be won. With every step we're taking, with every choice we're making, with every bend in the road, we get stronger. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we want to be. We must believe we can share the dream. There's a dead-end street where I used to play, but I found my wings. I can fly away. Below the street lights fading, ahead my future waiting. Beyond the doubts and the fears, I can see it. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we want to be. We must believe we can share the dream.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Yes, we can.
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
Oh,
Share the dream, we can share the dream.
we can reach out,
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
we can reach up,
We can share the dream, we can share the dream.
share our
We can
future.
share the dream, we can share the dream.
We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we wanna be. We can reach up, we can reach out, we can show this world what we're all about. We can do anything we put our minds to. We can be anything we want to be. We must believe we can share the dream.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Perfect song for today. Perfect song for today. Thank you. Great job. Okay, so do we have anybody here for the first time today? Everybody's, okay, I thought so. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Are you familiar with Unity at all? Oh, good. Excellent. Well, we're glad that you're here with us this morning, and I hope you enjoy it, and we hope you'll come back and join us again. Yeah. So, and welcome back to everybody, too. It's just so exciting. I know I'm a little excited about this, but I am, because it's so good to see you. I've just missed my family, you know. This is our spiritual family. And when we haven't gotten to see each other in so long, we haven't gotten to hug each other, and it's just so wonderful to come back into this environment and get to be with each other again. Don't you agree? Yeah. Yes. So those of you who are on the fence at home, come on back and join us. Okay, let's start today, the talk today with Charles Fillmore's invocation together. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase my mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to thy perfect law. Imagine if you started your day out every day just doing that beautiful invocation, just opening ourselves up. Anybody here have any limitations that they want to release? Just a few. That's fantastic, man. You, the rest of you, woohoo! Okay, so 2 weeks ago, our administrator, Dee Richardson, and I attended virtually Unity's annual People's Conference. And the title of that conference was the title of today's talk, which is Rise Up. So I want to share with you the organizations. There's Unity Worldwide Ministries, Unity World Headquarters, Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. Now, Unity World Headquarters is Unity Village, okay? How many of us have been to Unity Village? Oh, awesome. So, awesome, that's great. So Unity Village, Unity Worldwide Headquarters is Unity Village. It's the retreats, it's Silent Unity, anything that has to do with prayer, and it's publication, so Daily Word and Unity Magazine, plus more. Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute is where ministers are going to get educated. And then Unity Worldwide, okay, ministries. I know, I get confused too. Eventually we're going to come together as one, but it's just not yet. Okay, Unity Worldwide Ministries. This is what supports the ministries. So this is where our licensed teachers, that we get all the curriculum for licensed teachers. This is where we have continuing ed. This has everything to do with supporting the individual ministries. Well, Unity Worldwide Ministries has been going through a huge reorganizational change. They have been looking at every area of Unity Worldwide Ministries and saying, how can we do this better? How can we do this differently? And how can we bring unity into the 21st century? Woo-woo! So a lot of clarity has occurred to that through that as to who unity is and how to better line up with who we are as a whole, individually as unity, but as a whole. So the title Rise Up that they had for the conference is indicative of the effort of unity to come together as a united organization of churches, centers, and alternative ministries to live our truth out loud. Now, what that means is, if we've gone to different unity churches, we probably have had different messages at different unity churches because unity churches are autonomous. And so what they're trying to do is bring us together in a way that when you walk into any unity church, you're going to get some basic message in every unity church, with the idea that if you love this unity church and you have somebody that lives in another state, you want to feel comfortable saying, go check out that unity church. And that's not always the case because we're not all teaching the same things. But I'm so proud of our ministry because the three things that they really want to focus on are that we're doing Bible metaphysics, we're talking about the Fillmores, and we're talking about the 5 basic principles, which is what we do here. And I love that in our church, we don't throw out the old because we have the new, that we have these great unity ministers of old time. And I'll tell you what, when you read their stuff, there's no fluff. It is bam, pure, solid truth. And it's going to call you up. And so it's important that we have that. But we also love the things of today. Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, Joe Dispenza. I mean, there's, on and on and on of people now that we also use their stuff. So I'm really excited about this. This is going to be an amazing thing. Well, we, as Unity of Springfield, have the same opportunity. And that is, as we are coming out of the pandemic, kind of, because clearly we all know that we're in, like, Greene County, the highest rate of COVID right now in the nation. So pray a lot, in case you didn't know that, that's true. Yeah, the show me state. But, as we're coming out of the pandemic, that we have the opportunity to live our truth out loud in an even greater and more expanded way. And to do so honors Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, our co-founders, for the work that they did, for the commitment. Last week, I shared with you their commitment and dedication, which is they committed their all, everything, to the unfoldment of unity. Their discipline in opening themselves up to these divine ideas that came through them. And just the courage that they had to speak this message out loud, 100 years ago. So this is the young Charles, this is the young Myrtle, and they worked together to build unity. It was Myrtle Fillmore who first accepted the divine idea of healing. It was Charles Fillmore who edited the first magazine. It was Myrtle Fillmore who led the first silent unity prayer thing that she did. It was Charles Fillmore who named the work Unity. All of a sudden, one day, it just came to him, it's Unity, and he, along with many others, developed it into the worldwide organization that it is today, although, as I'm going to share in a few minutes, that was never their intention to be what we are today. It was Myrtle Fillmore who would always lead people in meditation and prayer, and it was Charles who gave the talks. And it was also Charles who wrote many books. Now, Charles and Myrtle just had a simplicity about them that just endeared them to the people that they were around, and that's why they were called Papa Charlie and Mama Myrtle. And they were unassuming, they were non-pretentious. They never accepted titles. They never wanted to be called reverend or anything like that. And because and I already said that, but they would stand in line at the Unity Inn just like everybody else. They would pay for their meals just like everybody else. They took a salary just like everybody else. So they were just non-assuming, just wonderful people. Now, Charles and Myrtle believed that the most important thing in their lives were their ideas and their works, the good they did for others, and the teachings that they had to share. And I love this because Charles was always both a student and a teacher, and I think that's really important for us to recognize. You guys, we're never done. We're never done. And there's always more. And when I stop and think about what I feel like I know, it's so little compared to what is. And to me, that's so exciting, because when we tap into these things and we have these experiences in our lives and we recognize the power that we have within us to co-create our lives, and we start manifesting or attracting things to us, and I'm not talking about just prosperity, I'm talking about just love and health and wholeness and, everything that we're here to do and be together. It excites us because that's only a minor part of it. Charles spent years working out. Excuse me, as my shoe comes off. I'm going to be very honest and vulnerable with you guys. I only wear these shoes up here just for show because my other flats are down there. So no, they don't hurt me right now, so I'm good. I just think they're cute. Charles Fillmore did not write this. some reason, I thought that was the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. That is George Lomps's Bible. That is not Charles Fillmore. But Charles Fillmore wrote a book that big. And you know, woo. Okay, so at least you guys know I'm authentic, right? So Charles Fillmore, he spent years working on this Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. And you can go to that Metaphysical Bible Dictionary and you can look up anything that's in the Bible. And he just opened himself up through prayer and through silence to have revealed to him what the meanings were of this. He also spent years, as I shared last week, in discerning the 12 powers. They were visionaries. And they turned their ideas ultimately into so much more than they ever imagined that they would. And ultimately, and I'm going to read this because I want to get this right, they had the vision of the perfect person in God, and this perfection was always their goal. They worked, I want you to hear that word, they worked to perfect their bodies, and they were committed and dedicated to that. And you know, go back and listen to last week's talk to hear that, you know, the things that healed in their bodies, and they lived long and healthy lives because they did the work that they knew to do. Now, Charles was somewhat of a prophet. He sincerely believed, and I believe it too, because Charles spent hours a day in the silence. He was tapping into that greater expanded awareness and intelligence, and he felt like he was being downloaded with these ideas that have now become Unity teachings. He also felt that God came to him in dreams and in visions, and he actually had the vision of the radio and the splitting of the atom before either of those things occurred. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And they were people that had great courage to step out on faith. They taught that God is our help in every need. We actually have a reading about that. God is my help in every need. God does my every hunger feed. God walks beside me, guides my way through every moment of the day. And there's more to that. And they always prayed with this simple faith. They didn't make it hard. They just focused on the reality that God is, and that they were immersed in God. God was immersed in them, and everything that they would need would be provided. That was their faith. And ultimately, that was the case. Once, when Unity was in some financial straits, they were maybe not going to be able to pay their bills, pay their payroll. They called the staff together to pray. And one of the staff members said, "Oh, we need to pray that our money holds out." And Myrtle Fillmore said, "Oh, no. We need to pray that our faith holds out." And I want to tell you about a couple healing stories that I thought were really cool. Myrtle had a laundress, which is a woman who came in and did laundry for them, who had asthma. And because of Myrtle and because of the teachings, because what Myrtle shared with her, she was completely healed from her asthma. When a salesman came to the door, and it said that Myrtle never turned anyone away, he had his wares spread out there, and little Lowell Fillmore was just a little boy, came in, and the salesman said, "My son will never be able to hear again." And so Myrtle began telling him about the healing. So he asked her to come and to work with her little boy. And she worked with him by telling him he was a beloved child of God, that it was God's will for him to be healed and whole. The next time she went to their house, he was able to hear her come, and he came and opened to the door, and ultimately he was completely healed. Here's the thing, my friends. I said this last week. These principles are not airy-fairy principles. These principles have been proven over and over and over and over again. And I wish that every story had been written down about the things that happened with the Fillmores long ago, because their faith was so pure, it was so strong, it was so powerful. I would imagine if you walked into a room and there was Myrtle Fillmore, she's telling you to get your stuff together because you're a beloved child of God, and you need to get that other stuff behind you because it has no power over you. Wow, wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. And that's the opportunity that we have to do with ourselves. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore will always put their emphasis on practical things, practical life, practical living. And here's the thing, they were not out to found a new religion. That was not their intent. And I'm going to share more about that. So I'm going to share some pictures with you. This is the Fillmore family. The three boys in the back are the Fillmore boys, Lowell, Rickert, and Royal. Then there's Charles and Myrtle. And then on this side is Mary Georgiana, who was Charles's mother, who lived, she never really did buy into Unity teachings. Isn't that interesting? But she lived right beside them, and she took care of the kids, and she made their meals for them. Because if you didn't hear, when Myrtle had their house built, literally she did not want a kitchen in it. So she didn't have a kitchen in her house because she didn't want to cook. Look at how that can work. Wow. Or you marry someone who likes to cook, that works well too. Okay, so in June 27th, 1919, they bought 58 acres at what is now Unity Village in Lee's Summit. And here's what they bought it for. They bought it to furnish a clean, quiet place for the Unity workers to spend their vacations and their weekends. That's why they bought this land initially. And the first installations at the farm were 4 army tents, a walled dining tent, a wood-cooked stove, and 3 grills. By 1923, that original 58 acres had grown to 240 acres with the purchase of adjacent farms. The first permanent building on the site was a new clubhouse, again, to provide clean, constructive amusements such as parties, dances, baseball, tennis, hiking parties, and nature study for the workers and their families. That just amazes me that they cared that much about the people who worked for them. On the farm they had apples and peaches, cherries, plums, persimmons, corn, soybeans, and sorghum for cane for molasses. They made cider, apple butter, apple syrup, preserves, jelly, pickles, and vinegar. They had chickens laying an average of 900 eggs per day and cows that produced more than 500 quarts of milk a day. The Unity Tower was completed in 1929, and it's actually listed on the Registry of Historic Places. This served as a water tower. Does it still? Yes, it's still, they fixed it. From their own man-made lake. And I know, weeks and weeks and weeks ago, I shared with you how they used everything on their land to create Unity Village. So I'm going to share with you just some pictures of Unity Village today, because I want to encourage you, because we are going to make a time in the fall that we can carpool and go up to Unity Village together. So Unity Village was constructed Mediterranean style. So there are these beautiful, beautiful fountains. This is it obviously in the winter. And it's to go up there and to see the architecture, just to go and look at the ginormous doors that were hand carved. All over, it's the same with I love the roofs on all these, thank you. Oval was what wanted to come to mind, but the arches, and that was actually what Charles and Myrtle's home was called, the Arches. They have all kinds of different gardens in different places. They have, this is the activity center and Unity Village Church. They have beautiful walking grounds. It's like a nature preserve. The one thing that I look forward to every time I go up there, and it happens all the time, is to see the deer. And this last time when I went up, they had just had some babies. So there were these just beautiful little babies all around. But look at these fountains. The fountains actually initially were the air conditioning for all of Unity Village. Look at that at night. Isn't that beautiful? They have a golf course, in case you didn't know, if you like to golf. This is the Unity Village Hotel that I've been talking about that's all green. This is one of the many houses that is located there. Look at that cool place. That's just awesome. This is called the Blue Room. This is something you get to see when you go on a tour, and it's absolutely beautiful. Again, you're going to see the art and the architecture. Look at that architecture. That's just a door, an entryway into the offices. This is the Peace Chapel that is right beside the Fillmore Chapel, which is actually the chapel that Charles and Myrtle taught in. So this is right there where you can go in and you can sit and you can meditate. It's open all the time. This is their man-made lake that supplies all their water. They have an awesome rose garden, beautiful rose garden with lots of ashes of people that are in those ashes. This is, I love it, your dad. This is just on a walkway where they, have this beautiful art. We got to go up on the one of the towers, and this at our last visit, and this is just looking down on that. So here's the thing. We look at what Unity is today, but we don't actually see all the times that the Fillmores had to pull back from their vision because of the economy, but still holding on to the faith that their vision would be fulfilled. Just as things were really stepping up at Unity Village, when they started on the land, the Depression hit. And so they had to pull back, and they had to pull back Silent Unity and everything back to 9th and Tracy, and they did that for 10 years. I'm thinking, how many of us would have the patience in our individual lives to wait and to know and to continue to hold the faith that things were going to unfold? But they did. The Silent Unity building was dedicated with more than 2,000 attendees. This was back in 1929. We don't get 2,000 attendees up there today. That's why we've got to start getting our name out there. I'm sorry. It was in 1929 that they dedicated it, then the Depression hit, and it took actually 20 years for Silent Unity to get back on the premises. But the faith of the Fillmores triumphed, and in 1940, production began again. They wanted to drill for water. Guess what they found? Oil. Gas and oil. So they used it for Unity Village. I mean, it's amazing to me what all they did. So Silent Unity moved back there in the fall of 1949. So for over 70 years, I want you to think about this. Affirmative prayer has been going on there for over 70 years, 24/7. Now, do you think that's going to create a pretty awesome energy in that space? You can feel it when you go onto the grounds. Then they had the Unity Inn and the Activity Center, which were completed in 1975. The Unity Inn had dining space for 500 people. They had 3 private banquet rooms. The Activity Center contained 1,100 seats. And now all of it's been redone to come up with the time. So, that's an interesting thing. So here's the thing, that even though things didn't go the way that they thought they would, they held the faith. They continued to do the work that was theirs to do because they knew in their soul God was providing. And I think about how you plant that seed in the ground, and if you nurture that seed, it's gonna grow. Now, it may not grow as fast as we want it to, right? I mean, I don't know about you, we're gardeners. We love to plant things. It'd be great if I planted a cucumber plant and the next day, we got a harvest of cucumbers. No, because we have faith and we know that something is occurring in that seed that we cannot see. And I think that's a huge lesson for our life. And I want to ask us to be very honest with ourselves and look at the areas of our life and where am I being impatient, or where am I not doing the work? Where have I given up? How many of us are like, okay, I'm going to use these principles and I'm going to create a better experience of health and wholeness for my body? Because who doesn't want health and wholeness? I hope you don't raise your hand. We all want to be healthy and whole. And so we start using these affirmations. We start really praising our bodies, and we're guided then. Maybe you're guided to eat differently, or maybe you're guided to exercise and walk, and then we do it for a while, and we might hit a plateau, or we're not really seeing the effects of it, or dang, I really want to eat that though. Just one time is not going to hurt me. And one time won't hurt you. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying we give up. Think about your finances. Think about loving relationships. I was thinking this morning that You know, one of the things that I did was I created a vision for my perfect partner. And I got clear on my vision. I wrote it out, and I looked at that vision every morning and every night for about 6 months until that became what I knew I was going to attract to me. And I did. I mean, this stuff, it works if you're willing to work it. And let it be in the time, because here's the thing, Unity ended up being so much more than the Fillmores ever imagined it would be. Why? Because they had faith, because they persevered, because they did the work, because they trusted. And that's the opportunity that each and every one of us has. So how about, what does this mean to us as a Unity ministry? Did everybody get a little half sheet of paper? If you didn't get a little half sheet of paper, will you raise your hand? Oh, good job, Simone. Okay, what does this mean to us as a Unity ministry? It means that we have the opportunity to expand our light. I know that many of us individually are connected in the community, but imagine what we can do when we do it together to bring awareness to things like equality, equity, and justice for everyone, food for the hungry and the homeless shelter. Just imagine what we can do when we bring our awareness together for our planet. You know, when you look at this list that I gave you, this is just an opportunity for you to say, I am interested in these things. You're not committing to anything, although it'd be great. But it's saying that, hey, when we have a meeting about raising the awareness of what's happening on our planet, I have some really great ideas. I'd like to be a part of that. You know, I'm connected with the community. I'd like to be a part of that. When it comes to what we can do to bring awareness, education, and healing to systemic racism, it's a thing, my friends. It's a very real thing. This is not something that has happened in our past. It is happening today. And I'm going to share more about this next week because this is the #1 priority for Unity Worldwide Ministries. #1 priority. #1. We have the opportunity to create opportunities here for people to come together and to learn, to be open-minded, and to find out how we can be allies in this. For our LGBTQIA plus community, we are looking for someone who is ready to lead that group. But if you're interested in just being a part of that group, if you're interested in being an ally for that group, you can sign your name on that. And then imagine what we can do together about helping our homeless population. It's so sad that we have so many people in our community that do not have enough food, that do not have a place to live. And so we're connecting with the Connecting Grounds, with Reverend Christy Love, whose passion is helping our homeless people. So imagine, my friends, what we can do together. We must get outside of ourselves, and now is the time to do it. So I'm going to invite you to fill that paper out, please print legibly. And to put it in the offering as it comes around. You know, we have been literally saying for decades as a Unity Church, it's time to get outside these walls. But you know what, you guys? I'm done saying it. It is time for us to get outside these walls and to do something in our community, to do more than something, to do things in our community that make a difference, to let our light shine in the darkness, and to bring what we call real truth into this community. So I'm just going to say together, let's do this, okay? All right. Namaste. All right, as our awesome band and Baylor's coming up, now is the time in our service that we have the opportunity to support our vision, our mission, the things that we want to be and do together financially. You can give through our Tithely app, which is so easy. That's one of the easiest things to do. I give every week through my bank. I totally control that, and you can totally control this too. You can give online. You can give through our PayPal. So let's bring our attention to our gifts and let's bless them together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and thank you, God. All right, so now our band is going to do Raise It Up by Beth Schafer with Baylor singing.
So do you think that when the day is done and your victory's been won, that it's over? And do you think when the mountain has been climbed, you can stand there passing time till it's over? Raise it up, raise the bar higher, raise it up, get up on your feet, raise it up higher, raise it up so we can reach. Celebrate, your best work lies before you, and your loved ones all adore you. Time to rest. Don't hesitate to start down a new road. You will reap what you dare sow on this quest. Raise it up, raise the bar higher, raise it up, get up on your feet, raise it up higher, raise it up so we can reach. Reach past your dreams, reach past the sky, reach past your fears. It's time to rise, raise it up, raise the bar higher, raise it up, get up on your feet, raise it up higher, raise it up so we can reach.
A little higher,
So we can
a
reach.
little higher,
So we can
a
reach.
little higher,
So we can
a
reach.
little higher, a little higher.
Raise it up, raise the bar higher, raise it up, get up on your feet, raise it up higher, raise it up so we can
A
reach,
little higher,
so we can
a
reach,
little higher,
whoa, 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 so we can
a
reach,
little higher,
so we can reach a little higher,
a little higher.
Fantastic, thank you. Okay, some announcements. If you would like to be an usher or greeter, and I know many of you would like to do that, please see Simone, who is not in here right now, but she's always out at the front. Next Sunday, I'm going to be doing the New Thought World Religion class. At 9:15, I invite you to come join us. I'm going to be talking about the retreat that I recently went to, which was amazing, so I hope you'll come and join us. The Tuesday morning book club is meeting back here at 9:30. Everybody is invited to attend. They're doing the book, The Universe is Calling by Reverend Eric Butterworth. And then mark your calendars, because on July 11th at 6 p.m., the LGBTQIA is having a cookout here at the church and inviting their allies. Do you know who the allies are? It's all of us, yes. And this is a great opportunity, my friends, to let our LGBTQIA community know that we are here for them. So the meat and drink will be provided. Just bring a dish to share. I also wanted to just let you know, this will kind of surprise them, but our drummer Denny here, we hear you got married. So congratulations. Isn't that awesome? He and his wife have a sweet little boy, and so we just celebrate this with you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, let's all stand now, and we'll close with our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.